Welcome back to the Knight Gambit TV. Today's game is a perfect example of why one careless move in the opening can completely destroy your position. This game was played in Marseille in 2003 between Amigues and Hulin and lasted only 8 moves. Yet it contains a powerful tactical lesson that every chess player should know. Black entered a Grünfeld Defense setup, but made a series of small inaccuracies. White patiently developed pieces, seized the center, and then unleashed a devastating tactical shot that forced immediate resignation. Let's analyze every move deeply and understand exactly why Black's position collapsed. Only a small percentage of viewers are subscribed. If you enjoy chess traps, puzzles, and brilliant checkmates, Chess Pawn, subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV and turn on notifications so you never miss a winning move. Move 1. 1d4. White begins by occupying the center. The pawn on d4 controls the important squares c5 and e5, gives white more space, and opens lines for the queen and bishop. This is one of the most popular opening moves in chess because it aims for long-term positional pressure. 1. Knight f6. Black develops a knight toward the center. The knight attacks the e4 square and prepares flexible defenses such as the King's Indian defense, Grünfeld Defense, or Nimzo Indian. A very natural move. Move 2. 2. Knight f3. White develops a knight. This move supports d4, controls e5, and keeps opening options flexible. White does not immediately commit to a specific pawn structure. 2. g6. Black prepares to fianchetto the bishop. The bishop will usually go to g7, where it exerts tremendous pressure on the center. This setup is common in both the King's Indian and Grünfeld defenses. Move 3. 3. c4. White grabs more central space. The pawn on c4 supports d4 and creates a strong pawn center. White now controls important central squares and challenges Black to strike back. 3. Bishop g7. Black develops the bishop. Although this looks normal, theory prefers 3. c5 first. Why? Because Black should immediately challenge White's center before White completes development. The bishop move is playable but slightly inaccurate. White keeps a comfortable space advantage. Move 4. 4. Knight c3. Excellent development. The knight attacks d5 and e4 while increasing control over the center. White now has all the ingredients for a powerful central setup. 4 d5. This move attempts to enter Grünfeld defense territory. However, timing matters. Theory prefers 4. 0 first. By immediately pushing d5, Black allows White tactical possibilities that would not exist if Black had completed development. This seemingly natural move becomes the beginning of Black's problems. Move 5. 5. C takes d5. White exchanges in the center. Whenever your opponent challenges your center, you must carefully evaluate whether to maintain tension or capture. Here, White chooses to simplify and expose Black's central structure. 5. Knight takes d5. Black recaptures with the knight. This is standard Grünfeld strategy. The knight occupies an active central square and attacks White's pieces. At first glance, Black appears completely fine, but tactical dangers are already beginning to appear beneath the surface. Move 6. 6. Bishop g5. White develops the bishop. The bishop pins the knight on f6 to the queen, a useful developing move. However, theory recommends 6.e4, building a massive center and gaining more space. Still, Bishop g5 creates practical pressure. The pin may become important later. 6. c5. This is a very typical Grünfeld move. Black attacks White's center and seeks counterplay. Instead of passively defending, Grünfeld players usually attack the center directly. The move looks strong and follows strategic principles. Move 7. 7. Rook c1. An interesting move. White places the rook on the open c-file. The rook may later pressure c7 or support tactical ideas involving the c-file. However, theory prefers 7. Knight takes d5, removing Black's active knight immediately. Even though rook c1 is not the strongest move, it sets a trap. Black now has a critical decision. Position assessment. At this moment, Black appears comfortable. The center is contested. Both sides have developed pieces. Nothing seems unusual, yet a hidden tactical bomb is waiting. One careless move will end the game instantly. Move 7. C takes d4. This is the losing move. Black captures the pawn on d4. Many club players would make this move automatically. After all, Winning a pawn seems logical, but chess is not about grabbing material. It is about calculating consequences. Before capturing, Black needed to ask, what happens if my knight on d5 becomes vulnerable? Unfortunately, Black overlooked a tactical detail. The correct move was 7. Knight takes c3, removing White's knight first. This would reduce tactical pressure and keep the position playable. Instead, Black greedily captured on d4. And now comes the stunning finish. Move 8. 8. Knight takes d5. The winning blow. White's knight jumps to d5, and suddenly everything falls apart. Let's understand why this move is so powerful. First threat. White attacks Black's queen. The queen cannot remain on d8, so Black must respond. Second threat. The knight on d5 attacks the bishop on g7. That bishop is one of Black's most important pieces. Third threat. Black's knight on d5 is overloaded. It cannot adequately defend all the important points. The hidden tactical disaster. After White's knight captures on d5, Black discovers that the queen and knight are tangled in tactical problems. If Black recaptures, 8. Queen takes d5. Then White wins the knight on d5 and emerges with a huge material advantage. If Black moves the queen away, White captures the knight. If Black saves the knight, the queen becomes vulnerable. The tactical geometry simply does not work. Material count. Before 8. Knight takes d5. Both sides had equal material. After the tactical sequence, White wins a full piece or significant material. Black cannot avoid losing approximately 2 points of material. That is why resignation is completely justified. Strong players immediately recognize when a position is hopeless. Why did Black resign? After 8. Knight takes d5. Black faces multiple threats simultaneously. White heavy checkmark, the queen is attacked. White heavy checkmark, the bishop becomes vulnerable. White heavy checkmark, the knight cannot be adequately defended. White heavy checkmark, White wins material no matter what Black does. There is no satisfactory defense. Black realized the tactical mistake and resigned immediately. Lessons from this game. Lesson 1. Don't grab pawns without calculation. The move 7, c takes d4, look natural, but tactical details matter more than material. Always calculate before capturing. Lesson 2. Watch for overloaded pieces. Black's pieces were trying to do too many jobs. When one piece has multiple responsibilities, tactical combinations often appear. Lesson 3. Development matters. Black delayed castling and proper coordination. Uncoordinated pieces are vulnerable to tactics. Lesson 4. Look for forcing moves. White found 8. Knight takes d5. Always search for checks, captures, threats. Strong tactics usually begin with forcing moves. Outro. What an incredible miniature. Only 8 moves were played, yet this game teaches one of the most important chess lessons. A single careless pawn capture can lose the game immediately if tactics are hiding beneath the surface. White's brilliant 8. Knight takes d5 exposed the weakness of Black's position and forced resignation on the spot. If you enjoyed this deep opening trap analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV. And here's today's question. Would you have spotted 8. Knight takes d5 over the board? Leave your answer in the comments below. Until next time, keep calculating, keep improving, and keep playing brilliant chess. The Knight Gambit TV. Thank you so much. God bless everyone.